Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be going through and replacing the fuel pump in a 370Z, which is right here as you can see. And the issue I'm having right now is my fuel temp sensor is throwing a code. And it's causing my car to not run the best it can. And it's a sports car, I want to drive it, so I'm going to go ahead and replace it. As well as replacing that, I'm going to replace the gasket for the fuel tank, which is right next to where the fuel pump is. To replace the fuel pump, all you're going to need is a simple socket set like this from Harbor Freight, a screwdriver, and some paper towels. When you're doing this, you don't have a lot of space, so try to do the best you can. Now we're going to go through and remove this panel. Like I said, there's a flathead. Just gonna pry it up just like that. Kind of falls back down, so go and catch it. Move that over to the side. There is this little piece right here. This is kind of insulation, thermal. I doubt that's going to stop a fire, but insulation. So that's to the side. Then, I don't doubt these are going to be tins, but you never know. They are tins. So you have 4 tins on this dust shield cover, preventing dust from coming into the cabin. Once those 4 nuts are removed, you can remove the dust cover. And there's only one electrical connector to the fuel pump. So you're gonna wanna go ahead and just undo that. Once you undo that, I don't like undoing the dust cover, so I'm just gonna kind of tuck it to the side. And once you do that, there are 6 screws. You can use a socket. I had a hard time getting a socket on there just because dirt gets all up on it. So getting a socket on the side is going to be a pain, but you can also use a Phillips. This is a flathead and you switch that out, but you can use a Phillips screwdriver. And before you even do that, I would go ahead and disconnect the fuel line. Now there will be fuel in here, especially if you just drove like I did, and that's where these shop towels or rags would come in handy, because you're going to want to clean them as fast as possible, because you don't want fuel just all over the place. So the way you're going to do that is push this in and just pull the fuel line. Toss it to the side. Now those are kind of annoying because this fuel line is going to keep getting in the way no matter what you do. Just kind of tuck off over there. It's not going to listen. That's fine. Now these first 4 screws are really easy to get off. It's these bottom 2, or the front 2, that are kind of a pain. Boom. 4. Now, if you push this piece forward, you can see these 2 screws, one here, one here. And you can remove this piece, this interior piece. I wouldn't, because it runs from the passenger side to the driver's side. So what you can do is just push this piece forward and really make it to where that screwdriver can get on there. Take your time, don't strip the screw. Take your time pulling it out. You know, there's gonna be this excess fuel in here. Let it drain out, unless you are a baller and just wanna go fill up at the pump. Me, I'm poor, I'm gonna drain it. That interior panel will get in the way, so just be careful of that. And as well as that fuel level floats, that will also get caught up. Look at that, they give you all this extra line so you can not have to worry about it falling into inside the tank, which is great. We're gonna need some more tails. Remove that, and it is the same as the other one. On this new pump, it doesn't really come with those fittings that you're going to need for those fuel lines, so you're going to want to go ahead and take those off. OEM, some cheap knockoff dealership threw in. Looking good. I'm going to throw this bad boy up in there and get back on the road. Let's take our fuel line, and it should be as simple as just plugging it up. And before I even forget, I do have a new O-ring. Okie dokie, before I put this new seal on, we're going to go through and clean up around where it's going to go. Nasty dirt. Now, whenever we put it in, the connector was going in here and the line was going in there, so we're gonna make sure we put it back in the same way. Tuck that line back up in there. Make sure our floater goes in first. It just did. Tuck our lines in. Look at that. Boom. And before we put in this washer, we're gonna clean this up as well. When I am doing this, I am just doing it nice and snug. I'm not tying it down all the way just yet. So I am going to do it in a certain pattern. Just preference, you know, circle, star pattern, cross pattern, whatever you want to call it. The fuel pump is back in. All you have to do is reconnect the line. That's done. Reconnect your sensor. Look at me messing up. Told you all the way it goes and I'm still fucking up. That's back in. And if you look and read this plate, FR, that means forward. Boom, that goes right back on. And it adjusts these 4 nuts. Hand thread them, get them started first. This doesn't really matter which pattern you do them in. Those nuts are back in your insulation. I'm not sure the exact way this is supposed to go in. I forgot the way it was when I first pulled it out, so I just kind of tuck it in. As long as you got it in there, right? Take it out, you know, weight savings, race car stuff. Doesn't affect me one bit. I'm putting it back. It's probably there for a reason. Maybe prevent some fumes from coming into the bay, to your cabin. I think it's caught on the stud. The nuts go on. Going pretty good. And the last thing we got to do is grab this. There's only one way you can go on. 2 right here, 1 right here, 1, 2, and push it in, and you are done. After you're done putting everything back together in the interior, wipe everything down, clean up, reconnect your battery, and start the car. Push it once, push it twice. Accessories on, you're letting the fuel pump prime. Push the clutch in and start. There we go. The light is gonna be on. All the doors are open still. Starts up just fine. I'm gonna go fill it up. Y'all have a good one.